This is very dangerous. You can have oversight hearings all you like, but you've determined Amazon is a piece of crap company. That's your political bias. They're subject to the laws of the United States. They shouldn't be subject to this. If we get the committee back, we're not going to do this. This is a heavy-handed approach, the most radical agenda in my lifetime. And it should be carried out at the ballot box, and it will be.
Well, first off, I want to address Mr. Graham. First off, it sounded like you was talking about more of the companies and the businesses in your speech, but you forgot that the people are the ones who make these companies operate. And if we're not protected, and if the process for when we hold these companies accountable is not working for us, then that's the reason why we're here today.
Questioning by responding briefly to Senator Graham, I think he suggested that a hearing like this is radical. And you know what? I think he's right. In a Congress dominated by corporate lobbyists and wealthy campaign contributors, the idea that we would actually hear from the working class of this country is, in fact, radical. But I make no apologies for that.
I do like that. I do appreciate that. We say all the time, of course, like you could have days go by on CNN and MSNBC and Fox News, and you will never see a single person who actually makes the minimum wage, who's grinding out a living. And you'll see it even less, of course, in testimony like this. These are not the sort of people that are brought in. We don't see their perspective. We don't hear about their struggles. It is so rare, even more than a year into the Biden administration, it's rare, but Bernie Sanders made it happen. And that is so important, not just for the effort to unionize Amazon, but for all of the different movements, many of which we've talked about in the show that are trying to do the same thing or similar things for corporations throughout the country.
Maybe they'll get there. I don't know. Here's the thing. The fact that someone like Bernie Sanders can be the one saying this and then actually supporting it and being the one saying this before we have actual words come out and have to plead their case, and he's called radical, a socialist, gonna destroy the country. Again, they can't let those types of people be connected to people like Bernie Sanders because he has to still seem like he's fringe when he's actually representing the majority of the country. Let's keep it real. His 100%. Radical nature. It actually appeals to Republicans. Weird how that works.
Yeah, we've noticed that certainly over the past 6 years or so. Let's go to the pictures now. JR had mentioned them. Here is Joe Biden taking a picture with Christian Smalls and others. And so let's just stop on that for a sec. Am I being petty in saying he's kind of like turned away from him? I guess they're posing in the same direction. I don't know, JR. Am I getting too like body language analyst here?
You know what, John? You are. And
okay.
But you were getting to body language analyst there, but you know what? I saw the exact same thing immediately. It's the first thing I saw. That's the first thing I saw. And also, if you're doing a photo op, because every politician does it, or at least would like to, that if they have enough importance to, you want to highlight the person that you're trying to highlight here. It maybe was a brain fart, I don't know. But if you're gonna embrace the guy who's just speaking in front of Congress and maybe he's getting a lot of press, you openly go, let me make sure that I have him as my buddy. Maybe the thought slipped his mind. He's a professional politician. It'd be curious that it slips his mind. Or maybe it was just a weird shot that took $1 million and he was shifting. I don't know. It just doesn't look like it's the right shot to take. If you see several of them, let's take the one where I'm more leaning towards Chris, you guys. Just maybe
exactly. A thought. Yeah, I'm sure that they took others and everything. But anyway, also, so we don't have audio of everything that happened in that interaction, but we know like the weird faux pas and weird things that Biden does. Like I really hope that he got through that meeting without saying something really weird, telling a story from the 70s or like. Just come on, Joe. Keep it together, man. Keep it together.
You know, Chris, you're a good guy. You remind me of this one guy back in the 70s. He used to smoke cool cigarettes.
Oh my God. The second he says, you remind me of, a Secret Service member needs to tackle Biden to save him from himself.
I had a friend named Jamal.
Oh no. I was hanging out in a jazz hall and no, Biden. Anyway, coming out of it, Christian Smalls tweeted, just met the president, lol. He said I got him in trouble. Good. I like that. And by the way,
maybe that, yeah, okay. I like that potential interaction. Obviously, if Chris said it happened, he said got him in trouble. Good. That's fun. That's a fun little interaction.
Exactly. And if you zoom in, by the way, you can see a bit more of the classic "Eat the Rich" jacket that Christian. I've been Googling it. I found something sort of similar, but I haven't been able to find that one. Also, wouldn't be able to pull it off. But anyway, I like the jacket.
Yeah.
But obviously, far more importantly, it's getting in the door. It's giving your perspective, little snippets of his interaction, especially with Lindsey Graham. Those can theoretically be spread. And people will see that this is not like, they keep trying to pitch it as a left versus right thing. It's not. It's workers against the corporate establishment. And the corporate establishment certainly has a lot of defenders on the right in the Republican Party, but amongst the Democrats as well. And so we got to get through to people, especially young people. Christian Smalls is a great messenger for that, and then can pull people in and do the organizing. As he's talked about recently, he didn't just help to launch this unionization effort, but he's working with tons of other activists, labor organizers, working for a lot of other corporations. And that's how you create a broad base of change. Just appealing to the Democrats, elected Democrats, trying to get them to do this. We've seen how successful that's been throughout our lives. So this is a different road, and it certainly seems to be one that's paying off much more quickly. For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.